into a lamppost, knocking the light section into the crowd. And there was a compromise resolution to the controversy over the scheduled float involving Paul Simon's upcoming musical, The Cape Man. Our coverage of the big parade begins with Pauline Liu.
Screams as high winds caused some balloons to careen out of control and into crowds during Macy's 71st annual Thanksgiving parade. With gusts up to 50 miles an hour at times, balloon handlers and spectators got much more excitement than they bargained for.
Can you help? Grab on!
The winds kept larger balloons from being flown this year. Those that made it to this parade were flown closer to the ground for better control. But problems forced unexpected exits for the Quick Bunny, the Cat in the Hat, and the Pink Panther, who came close to engulfing a bunch of spectators and had to be subdued with the help of New York's finest.
The police have rescued him already.
They have?
Yeah, he's down already, rescued, safely tucked away for next year.
As for the new balloons this year, there were the Rugrats, Bumpy the Red Swedish Cow, and Arthur the Aardvark, whose left arm deflated. And even though the wind managed to deflate some balloons, the parade goers here remained pumped up.
Everybody's on a good vibe.
It's just full of variety and everything. The whole spice of life.
According to Macy's, there were an estimated 2.5 million spectators, and everyone could count on plenty of variety, including the sights and sounds of some of the best high school bands in the country. And what would the holidays be without the world-famous Radio City Rockettes, who were able to head off a strike by coming to a contract agreement 2 days ago? Billed as the longest-running show on Broadway, the parade route is 2.5 miles long. And as always, the big man, Santa Claus, brings up the rear, offering warm thoughts for the start of the holiday season. In Times Square, I'm Pauline Liu for the WB11 News at 10.
At one point in the parade, cries of joy turned to cries of anguish. 4 people were injured when the wind slammed one balloon into a lamppost, which plunged into parade watchers. The 4 were hurt when the Cat in the Hat balloon careened into a lamppost on Central Park West at 72nd Street, just a few blocks from where the parade began. It knocked off the heavy light section, which fell into the big crowd along the sidewalk. The 2 most seriously injured were taken to St. Luke's Hospital with head injuries. 32-year-old Kathy Corona of Manhattan is listed in critical condition tonight. 44-year-old Maria Clarhesi of Pearl River is listed in stable condition.
A character from a Broadway musical apparently made another sour note at today's parade. Latin singing sensation Mark Anthony, who plays a real-life murderer called Cape Man in the Paul Simon musical, appeared on the Big Apple float. A lot of people were in an uproar over his attendance